especially Arunachal or Sikkim for that matter. We are not closer to any metro cities, and we do not have that infrastructure to be able to shoot films. For example, last year I was shooting my debut film, and Dominic told me, Guwahati, the government, they provide camera at subsidized rate for the filmmakers from Northeast. So I called them up and I asked, and they said, yeah, we have for Northeast, but Sikkim is not on the list. So I just wanted to know what kind of intervention will help filmmakers like us who do not have access to these facilities.
I felt, because I very closely observe the young people struggling to make films in the Northeast, and it pains me a lot. And so I have a lot of feelings that way. So I feel that, there's some kind of reality about cinema in Northeast that we need to understand that. So although that a lot of filmmakers are there and films are being made in different languages, but to survive, for cinema to survive, you need a market, and the market is not there. The markets are there, but they're very, very small markets. So it is not enough for cinema to survive. So that way I feel that it is, since we all the time keep calling cinema as the flag bearer of socio-cultural values of a land. So it is very important for the establishment to understand this and also offer some kind of charity approach towards it. So governments need to come forward to sponsor in many ways, because it's needed, and it is a very very important aspect for any group, any community to survive. And that way cinema helps, and the government needs to understand that they need to come forward to some kind of support, external support in many ways. There are many policies are being talked about, but we cannot compare, suppose say Manipuri film industry, we cannot compare with Hindi film industry, or Bengali film industry, or Malayalam film industry. But at the same time, we have to understand that that Manipuri cinema has to live. That's for sure. So who should be responsible? If the Manipuri cinema dies because of lack of market or so, and who is responsible? That way, at least we cannot blame the filmmakers. Filmmakers have been making up. In fact, a lot of good films are being made in Manipur. The first international award was brought by Manipuri film, Thaobam Shamsharma's film. But anyway, what I mean to say that these cinemas have to survive, have to live. And for that, everyone has to come forward. It's a government's responsibility, people's responsibility, all that. Because it's some kind of asset we cannot afford to lose. And so that way, I feel that, it is all the time we keep blaming the filmmakers that way. It is not right also. And the other thing actually I want to say that Northeast is very rich, and the rest of India they don't know, because there is a lot of disconnection so far inquisitiveness is concerned. So it is so rich at times, because I stay in Mumbai. I keep looking at Northeast from a distance, so I feel a lot. So I feel that it's so rich, and everyone should come and enjoy. It's a big asset for the entire country, and that we should always keep in mind. So cinema always must survive.
Yes, I'll have to look. हम नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लोग बहुत ही कल्चरली रिच और डाइवर्स हैं, बट ये डाइवर्सिटी जो हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं कहीं ना कहीं जाके हमारी लिमिटेशन भी बनती है. फॉर इंस्टेंस मैं कोई आसामीज फिल्म सबटाइटल के बिना नहीं देख पाऊंगी, समझ पाऊंगी. वैसे ही आप भी कोई नेपाली फिल्म सबटाइटल के बिना नहीं समझ पाएंगी. तो आपने अभी जो ये नेशनल अवार्ड विनिंग फिल्म में जो डायरेक्ट और एक्ट किया है सिमखोर, जो दिमाशा लैंग्वेज में आपने बनाई है, तो आपने किस तरह के चैलेंजेस फेस की ये जो हम डाइवर्सिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, तो आपने किस तरह के चैलेंजेस फेस की?
चैलेंजेस तो हर फिल्म में होता है, एंड आई बिलीव कि चैलेंजेस तभी अच्छा लगता है जब आप पूरी शिद्दत से वो काम को अगर आप पसंद करो. तो फिल्म 14 इयर्स से इसी काम में जुड़ी हूँ, तो चैलेंजेस आते हैं लेकिन खुश रहते हैं हम उसी चैलेंजेस में. और जैसे सभी ने बताया, नॉर्थ ईस्ट की हम काफ़ी स्ट्रगल करके फिल्म बनाते हैं. ऐसे नहीं होता है कि हमारा कि आओ कोई भी प्रोड्यूसर बैठा हुआ है आके फिल्म बना लेगा. मेरे घर से ही प्रोडक्शन मैंने इसीलिए किया क्योंकि प्रोड्यूसर हम लोग को इतनी आसानी से नहीं मिलते हैं. पर जब पूरे काम खत्म होने के बाद, आपने जैसे बोला 2 नेशनल अवार्ड मिला, तब जो भी प्रॉब्लम था वो खत्म हो गया 1 सेकंड में. प्रॉब्लम्स हर किसी को आता है, लेकिन उस काम को इतना हम लोग प्यार करते हैं कि उसी में जीते हैं. जैसे फिल्म का यहाँ पे अभी जो भी है, मुझे लगता है हर कोई फिल्म से जुड़े हुए हैं, तो उसमें उतना मुझे कभी तकलीफ हुआ ही नहीं. कभी होता है ना कि कम खाना मिले तो भी अगर आप खुश हो तो आप उस जिंदगी में खुश हो सकते हो, तो उसी तरह की बात है. बट यस, अभी की जो कमर्शियल लाइफ है, जो कमर्शियल एस्पेक्ट से हम देखें तो यस, हम लोग का बहुत कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन जो है हमारा वो इतना सारा है, हम उसको लेके खुश हो सकते हैं. जैसे कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट में मेरा हमेशा से यही कोशिश है कि मैं जब भी कहीं पे भी जाऊं, मेरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट, मेरा कल्चर, मेरा ट्रेडिशन, नॉर्थ ईस्ट के जितने सारे अनटोल्ड स्टोरीज है उन सबको लेके जाऊं. और हमारे पास इतने सारे स्टोरीज है, तो वो सबको लेके मैं जाना चाहती हूँ, तो मुझे कभी भी इतना तकलीफ नहीं होता है.
I mean, like Dominic has spoke about how I also know that Pradeep Kurwa, with all his films, he goes to villages and screens his films for the people of his place. I mean, in India, I mean, in our country, usually to be able to showcase our films, apart from the festivals that we have, and specifically Northeast Film Festival that they have in Delhi, how else do you think that we can make our films reach to more audience and, you know, showcase our work?
To showcase our work?
How else?
What are the ways to? I think there is a market for all kind of films. I believe there is, because you have to take it to the right people. And the problem is, you know, we have recently in film schools, we also have production courses now. But unfortunately, it's not just about Northeast cinema, but unfortunately, you know, we don't have people doing work for independent cinema in the country. You know, I've seen a lot of young producers running around all over the world. You know, if you talk about Southeast Asian films, why they are doing well in big festivals. It's not just about taking the film to the festivals. It's also about the market. It's because there are young producers working for them. I think in India the problem is people are comfortable working in that big industry that we have here. People are not exploring the international market where there are grants for independent cinema. I believe, I know that most of the grants which are there in international festivals, many of the festivals, they don't give money to Indian filmmakers. Because they think that we can survive with our own money, but they don't think about the independent filmmakers of India who are struggling all the time. National award, or if the film is selected for Indian Panorama, Doordarshan used to acquire those films, and we used to get back our money. So now I thought this wave is something to for where we can find something like this to support Northeast cinema. And if we are talking about OTT, my film was, my first feature film, The Lady of the Lake, was acquired by Netflix. But it doesn't happen with every film from Northeast. Even I think Dominic's first film did so well in international festivals, but nobody was to pick up the film. So we also need a separate OTT, maybe like Doordarshan, we need a separate government-run OTT to support such kind of films. Because without support, I think it's not possible to do art. So I think it's very crucial. And I am here today is because of government support. You know, all these years I've done films for Films Division. My latest film, Joseph's Son, was co-produced by NFDC. It was premiered at Shanghai in the men competition last year, in 2023, last year. So these are crucial. And also, now they are trying to distribute the film. It's not like, you know, you can't distribute a Manipuri film. NFDC is doing that, and I think it's very crucial that government does this kind of support for reasons like Northeast or other small states in India.
Thank you. First of all, an initiative by Prasarma like Waves, and initiatives taken by states like Meghalaya and Kerala for a state-based OTT platform. I think it's a huge initiative and it's very encouraging for us. Especially a region like Northeast, because our stories, our culture has always been, we never had a very good chance of, being streamed in the national mainstream. So I think it will be a huge opportunity for our culture, our story, and our talents to be introduced to not just India, but to the world. But there are certain things that we really need to take care of, is that the financial backing and the marketing infrastructure should really be taken care of, because we should always be aware so that this doesn't happen, that someday the producer doesn't get a link, doesn't get a connection, how he would, discuss over the film to be taken by the OTT platform, and he has to face certain unwanted agencies to come in between. So this is an initiative I think they should take care of. Otherwise, Northeast has millions of stories, and it's pretty old, pretty beautiful, and it's unique in its own kind. So I think it'll be a wonderful opportunity.
Or Waves selected, because it's already juries has selected that film, so by itself it got that certain mark in it. I think by default, before Doordarshan used to buy, for 25 lakhs, film was being bought, national award winning films were bought. I think something like this would be really, I think.